Okay, guys, so we're gonna make up for our last time. Remember, I had to come and do a topic earlier on Tuesday because we missed out yesterday, but I only gave you guys a mix up on yesterday, Tuesday. So I came and did my happy Tuesday, and now we have to do and get in our Wednesday topic. Hope your evening been well or your day so far coming in from work. Where am I? It's raining, snowing, and everything in one, I should say. So hope your day been doing well, as well. Other than that, I'm just gonna get in our Wednesday topic. So happy Wednesday, sending Wednesday warmth and happiness. Hope everything is well, like I said, strength and health and everything of that sort. Now, this is a bizarre topic. Man sentenced to 60 years over invalid DNA evidence sues city of Austin. Say who now? Very bizarre. So I came and shouted out like, wow, we, what? Yeah. Okay. We also have other things that we want to speak about. And all of that. We want to talk about a lot of things. We want to talk about, judge permanently dismissed criminal case against New York mayor. Remember that situation, right? We also want to talk about the beach and all of that that's going on. And then we also want to talk about Drake legal team and all of that sort at that point in time. So let's get on with our topic. So far, so well on and move on quick and fast. So like I said, happy Wednesday. Okay. Now let's get into the topic, guys. All right. Man sentenced to 60 years over invalid DNA evidence sues city of Austin. Okay. Austin Kantz, a man convicted of aggravated assault and sentenced to 60 years in prison. So aggravated, that's a really bad assault. Okay. Sentenced to 60 years in prison, who later has his conviction overturned because of invalid DNA evidence. No dede, no ready, didn't match up at all. Filed a lawsuit this weekend against the city of Austin. The lawsuit is a civil rights action arising from several problems. Give me a second, guys. Just my dog. All right, okay. So it's just a civil action arises from several problems that ultimately cause plaintiff to be convicted of aggravated assault and sentenced to 60 years, of which he served more than 10 based on invalid DNA evidence. This use of invalid evidence was in turn due to serious systematic, okay, deficiencies of Austin Police Department DNA lab, the lawsuit said. So deficiencies. So that means that there was some kind of systematic racism when you really think about it. Billy Faircloth is also suing the DNA analyst who worked his case and an Austin Police Department officer, according to the lawsuit. Man to be released on bond, DNA evidence used in 2012 conviction inconclusive. Kantz has reached out to both the city of Austin and Faircloth attorneys. Will be update this story when we receive respondents from them. Faircloth was previously accused of hitting a woman multiple times in the head with a rock in the parking garage of a downtown office building in 2011. That woman survived and was the only immediate witness to the assault, according to the lawsuit. Faircloth was convicted of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon in February 2012 and sentenced to 60 years in prison. He served roughly 10 of those before the Texas Court of Criminal Appeals overturned Faircloth's conviction based on the faulty DNA evidence presented during his trial in 2012. Janos. Oh my. Could you imagine? So he was convicted for aggravated assault, guys, with a deadly weapon that would be the rock in February 2012 and sentenced to 60 years in prison. He served roughly 10 of those before the Texas Court of Criminal Appeals overturned Faircloth conviction based on a faulty DNA evidence presented during his trial in 2012. Therefore, there was corruption, allegedly, right? I'm assuming. According to the news release from the Travis County District Attorney's Office in 2023, the process to review cases stemming from the APD DNA lab involved stakeholders from the city. John was star. So even lab-based stakeholders like OJL have stocks and bonds. I can't believe this. I wasn't ready for that now. The county forensic experts, the defense, and the prosecution, we believe the victim in this case was assaulted in a parking garage. However, due to the unreliability of the DNA evidence presented at trial, we cannot prove who committed the assault, said Travis County District Josie Garza in 2023. So wait a minute. Am I missing something, guys? So if this man was sentenced 60 years in prison from February 2012, or after a little bit after that, how can now the evidence and the prosecution now say that they cannot prove who committed the crime? So why did this man even go away? So that was basically, this case was very corrupted from day one. Basically, they planted the evidence. If it was a faulty DNA, oh no. So this will be a big lawsuit, guys. And I just had to come and share this with you guys quick and fast, because you know that we missed out on our Tuesday topic and I had to drop a topic for Tuesday. I know I had to come back with our Wednesday topic, so to speak. So I'm just catching up on time, although we on borrowed time. Okay, guys? So I had to come and share that. Imagine you do so many 60 years you're supposedly doing in jail for invalid DNA tests. I mean, basically faulty DNA tests. And now they could come and say out of their own mouth, guys, that the DNA test evidence presented at trial, we cannot prove who committed the assault. So why did this man even go away for 10 years? And remember, out of his 60 years, he already did 10. And because he appealed, and because his lawyer believe him, and because he believed in himself, that this was some kind of faulty, invalid evidence and invalid DNA and faulty DNA, this man come out now 10 years later of his life, although we are in borrowed time. Lost cannot be rebought. No matter what you do, you cannot go and revisit time. Time is no longer as it passed, right? So this is kind of crazy, and this is a bizarre story, but we hear these stories every day. We're not surprised where people will set you up and say you do all these kind of things. There's wrongfully people are convicted every day in these kind of prison system. But at the end of the day, when you really think about it, at least he fought and know that, you know, he never did this such thing, or if he did it, it wasn't that drastic. And if the lady was really assaulted, then our hearts and soul goes out to her as well, because we don't believe that, you know, people should be going out there assaulting women and of that sort. You know what I mean? And if the victim come across this topic, well, our heart and soul goes out again, because we don't know what there's two sides to the story, or three sides to the story, or maybe four sides to the story. the victim side, the perpetrator side, right? The court side, and us, the public side. So at the end of the day, sometimes we have to say allegedly. We don't know what the story would be really. But as you can see, this man basically maybe was set up basic on the evidence, the preponderance of the evidence that we're hearing now, that he's released due to overturn at the high court. And then they came to a conclusion because of systematic defenses, right? Systematic racism, right? Got this man in jail and served 10 years. Okay, so this is kind of crazy, and like I said, this is kind of sad. And at the end of the day, the evidence used in 2012 conviction was inconclusive, so we just have to kiss it literally and pass. Next, we want to shout out happy birthdays to whoever is having a birthday. Big shout out. Enjoy your day and enjoy your day safely. One more year on them. One more year standing in good health, or whether not in good health, but standing. You have life, and that's the joy. That's the greatest, because if you didn't have life, you wouldn't be celebrating. So take it easy. Go and big up your nice, clean self on your birthday, rather. Okay, we want to get into some other stuff. Like I said, it's been a long day, so I'm just kind of catching myself, catching my breath rather. I just want to say, make sure you like, comment, and share, and subscribe if you can. Don't bad mind the share button or the comment or the like button. Please come on board and let's have a good time discussing this topic. I want to say a big thank you for everyone that come and revisit this page when you can. So let's get into some other stuff, guys. We want to get into some stuff quite so. We also want to talk about, let's go to Jamaica for a second. So we get to understand that the beach in Harmony Beach Park, temporarily closed to the public, St. James, Jamaica, the beach, Harmony Beach Park is closed because of the water is not so great, not so good. So they said temporarily closed to residents and visitors. So if you're heading that way, well, the beach is closed because the water has some things that maybe not good for digestion and not good for your skin. So we gotta shout that out as well. Let's move on to some other stuff. Now we want to talk about judge permanently dismisses criminal case against New York mayor. Now you guys understand that this man was caught up in some kind of charges from one end to the next, and we'd be like, wow, mama mia, mama. We weren't surprised, and we get to understand that a few of the officers, our prosecution team, and of the all of that sort had to step aside, and some other all kind of story that was happening in this whole bottle of this court case and this kind of a situation that he was in. So now when you see that judge permanently dismisses criminal case against New York mayor, then you understand that this whole thing was a big corruption, allegedly. I'm just a messenger. Okay, so I got to shout that out as well. Moving on. Now we also want to talk about Drake legal team celebrates ruling against rapper's record label. Now it's time to see what UMG was so desperate trying to hide. A judge denied Universal Music Group's motion to delay discovery, which means that the legal process for gathering evidence can now commence. So now the team, Drake's team, is shouting out yo, 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 to, 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 and going on with themselves and say, yeah, 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 it's time to put a lot of things in motion. Okay. One more thing again that we want to shout out as well. We also want to talk about Aishana. Aishana has a song called Worth It. I was listening to it and it sounds a little bit good. Last time Footer Hive I came and beat Aishana and said, Aishana, your music slack. You also talk about this nastiness. You have boy children, if you know yourself. But this in this song, she talk about worth. She talk about Gucci slippers, all of these kind of nice things these nice bags that we like. So we got to shout out that. Oh my, oh me, my. So big up Ashana on this song. Worth it, worth it, worth it. Not only that, guys, we also get to understand there's a legend guy from Toronto, Bishop passes away after battle with cancer, and everybody's shouting out, reap, reap, reap. As you guys know, cancer is plaguing everybody. Cancer don't discriminate. Black, pink, purple, you name it, is killing out a whole community. So many researches, so many donation, yet still we cannot find a cure at all, at all, at all, at all. So we say rest in peace. Yeah. Not only that, guys, I want to also say that at the end of the day, you know, big respect, enough respect for for those who continue to watch and continue to tune into the content. Okay. And not only that, don't forget, work hard, save, pay yourself first, because at the end of the day, you never know when you need something for the rainy day. And not only that, when you work, you're accounted for, because the idle mind is the devil's playground. Don't forget, don't forget, don't forget. Okay, guys? So I just want to shout again, happy Wednesday, sending you warmth and happiness. And don't forget, guys, to like, comment, and share. Okay. And at the end of the day, folks, I had to come and share basically this whole content with you guys, as well, as well. Now, as you guys know, that Elephant Man, like I said, received his work permit after 16 years. So Elephant Man is also going with himself. I shouted out that the other day, shouting it out again if you missed it, so to speak. Okay. So all of that in one nutshell. And I just had to come and shout out this content right here at this moment. And we just want to say again, happy Wednesday. And that just was the content for today, Wednesday, as we're just trying to keep up and try to catch up with our content, building our watch time. So after this, people, I am not staying. I am running as always, but I had to just come and shout out thank you to the people in my life who make me smile, love me, love me, support and bring me joy. Thank you all. And everybody else, peace and love until we meet with the next content or two. Peace out.